Us on a quick escape into the heart of Singapore through the breathtaking Marina Bay where cityscapes and waterfronts come alive. Cross the Helix Bridge, taking the iconic lily-shaped Art Science Museum, see the vortex in the shops at Marina Bay Sands, and count your sculptures in the financial district. Let's keep exploring. Hello and welcome back to the channel, and we start our vlog today at breakfast. Now, breakfast at the Fairmont can be in one of two restaurants, either the Asian Market, which is a halal speciality restaurant, typically providing buffet type food, or it can also be provided at the Italian restaurant, which is known as Prego's. We elected to go to Prego's and see what it was like. It's also a buffet style meal, so breakfast was included within our room rate, and we found the selection really good. We were escorted to the table and offered a choice of drinks, which were then brought to us. We were then free to look around the restaurant and eat whatever we want. There was no restrictions, and it was all laid out in an extremely imaginative and inviting way. So near the door you could get yourself some bread, there was facilities to make toast, you could also get pastries, and then you could get the accompaniments like jams as well as waffles if you so wanted. There was something for everyone here, whether you wanted a continental breakfast, whether you wanted to have a traditional Asian type breakfast, or whether you wanted to have a more Western style cooked breakfast. You could get all of those. And we noticed each day they did small tweaks to the menu. So for example, on the Western cooked breakfast, you would get different sausages, or you'd get different bacon each day.
Very good. Nice. Have English, Western, bacon, scrambled eggs, sausage, baked beans, that kind of thing. We can have Asian, noodles and all that. I might try that tomorrow actually. And there's pastries and toast, everything you could possibly want. What do you call those things? Waffles, all sorts of things. So it was really good. I'm looking at Steve and I should be looking at the camera.
And on the way out I ran into the Chinese guy who'd been so helpful the day before. He was basically the doorman at the Fairmont, and he was quite a character. He was very friendly, very outgoing, and he looked like some form of Chinese sage. And anyway, we had a conversation and a bit of banter with him before we went back into the foyer. So anyway, it's about time that I got on. I've got a fairly packed full day today. I certainly want to go to Marina Bay Sands and take in that side of the area. I want to go to the gardens by the bay and look at what's there. But that will probably be in another vlog rather than this one. I also want to make my way to Merlion Park and see the famed half mermaid, half lion that resides there. First stop today will be at the War Memorial Park, where I'll be looking at the civilian war memorial that is there. The park is super near the hotel. You just go out the front door, across the road, and you're in the park, which is really convenient. And it's also absolutely en route to get to Marina Bay Sands. I'm not planning on taking any public transport today. I think I can do most of what I want to see by walking. So that was a memorial to the people of Singapore who died at the hands of the Japanese when they invaded Singapore between 1942 and 1945. So I left the far entrance of the War Memorial Park and the road was mega busy, but I noticed that there was some stairs and I decided to go down them. And basically there's a subway underneath the road. It was really clean. In fact, there weren't only stairs, there was escalators both going down and up as well, and I used those to actually get across the road. Magnificent structure is the Esplanade Theatre. Looks truly fantastic, a bit like a hedgehog. So today I'm planning to head to the gardens by the bay and just see what I find on the road. Sort of doing a rough sense of direction by heading towards the Marina Sands Bay Hotel, which is ever looming on the landscape. This is called Friendship and commemorates the participants of the 2010 Youth Olympics that made permanent friends during their time together. It's a photo montage. It took me about 30 minutes to get from the hotel to Marina Bay Harbour. Partly because I was taking photographs and pictures as I went along, otherwise it would be a lot quicker. Now I'm planning to cross over the harbour using the Helix Bridge, which is a pedestrian walkway which was opened in 2010. It was whilst I was walking across it that I noticed that there were people dangling from the top floor of the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. Looked like they were actually cleaning the glass, but I wouldn't do that job. This bridge is an absolutely stunning design. Walking across it, you get some superb glimpses of all of the major attractions that are around Marina Bay, which is really nice. On the day I came, there appeared to be a charity running event, as a number of competitors went past me at various intervals, and there were signs at the end offering two options: the scenic route or the efficient route. Across the bridge there are gaps in the helix and little platforms that allow you to take in a better view of that particular area of the bridge. Really nice. As you went across the bridge, you could not miss this superb building which looked like some form of gigantic flower. Apparently it's the Art and Science Museum, and one of the things I'm going to do is explore that area a little bit further. I'm not going to go inside, but I'm going to have a look and see what it offers. And the other side you get glimpses of the gardens of the bay and the Singapore Flyer. As you get off of the Helix Bridge, you will see a set of doors, and those will take you through to the shops at the basement of the Marina Bay Sands. I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to do that probably on my way back because I want to have a look at a few other areas first. Around the base of the Art and Science Museum is what could only be described as a moat full of lilies. It looks absolutely fantastic. The museum itself has this unique lotus shape and it rises out of this pond. The building is sometimes referred to as the welcoming hand of Singapore due to its fingers that emanate from the round base. The day that I was there, people were cleaning the pond. There seemed to be a couple of ways of doing it. One was to get your waders on and wade in, but there were also preformed gaps in the pond itself with what seemed to be an entrance from underneath that somebody was in and using that to clean the pond. So the pond was well stocked with fish. I assumed that they were koi. The colour of the fish, which tended to be orange and yellow, combined with the colours of the flowers, which were purple or lilac, made a really impressive, beautiful statement. From here I would walk down to the gardens by the bay. However, as far as this vlog is concerned, I will show you a little bit more around Marina Bay Sands, and I will put the gardens of the bay, which there's quite a lot of material for, in a completely separate vlog. To get back to Marina Bay Sands from the gardens of the bay, I used a subway, which you can see here. And this was super clean with regular stop-off points and access up to the ground via escalators. Eventually it got to this large circular space which seemed to give directions to either a railway station or directly into the shops and the hotel. So I followed through and went down into the shops of Marina Bay Sands. And it wasn't really difficult to see the inspiration for this. It was the Venetian at Las Vegas. Spookily, my next door neighbour, who was holidaying in Las Vegas on the particular day that we came here, or I came here, posted on our instant message feed pictures of the Venetian, and I was able to respond in kind. I don't remember the Venetian having such a vortex, but this is absolutely incredible. The water seems to be pumped up the frame and then circles round the top before actually cascading into the pond at the bottom. There's a very good selection of shops, some high-end luxury stores, there's an Apple store, and also a number of restaurants and coffee houses. wasn't really intending to do much shopping. The stores were a little bit expensive for me and there wasn't anything I particularly needed. Now it's 3 o'clock. I'm due to meet Joanne at 5 o'clock to get spruced out and then go out for a meal. But I first of all would like to take in the Merlion Park and see the fountain that's there. So let's get a move on and get round there. So behind me are the shops at Marina Bay Sands. Really nice shopping centre and a convenient shortcut as I try to wend my way to the Merlion Park. Anyway, let's see how we get on. I exited the shops at Marina Bay Sands by the southwest entrance. The plan was to walk around the bottom of the harbour and then back up the other side. These cabanas really took my interest. They were quite a striking architectural statement. Now at the Red Dot Museum. Now this is not a local museum, it's part of the Red Dot Design organisation and it's actually named after the Design Award which was initially held in Germany. I didn't really have time to go around the museum, but I did go into the shop and it had a number of contemporary design items which were really nice, but it also had refreshments and some bites to eat. I stopped off and had a water and looked at the ice creams but thought better not. Sure what the formal name is, but I call them breeze stations. Solar power to turn a fan, creating a lovely gentle breeze. As we walk round the harbour, we're now getting back into the city, and this area is the start of the financial district. Customs House was built in the 1960s and it kept a watchful eye on the harbour and the comings and goings and making sure that all appropriate tax was paid. These days it's now home of many restaurants. Really, I find that when you get to the financial district of any city, you find that the number of sculptures goes up, and one of the things I really enjoy is looking at all the sculptures. And this sculpture is called Momentum, and it is Singapore's tallest sculpture. It has a total of something in the region of 175 hand-painted figures and it's 18.35 metres high. Around the corner's the next sculpture, which is the Singapore Soul, which reflects the multiculturalism of Singapore. It's a steel sculpture and it's made up of words representing Chinese, Tamil, English and Malay languages. There's a gap in the front where you can go in. We're now in Raffles Place, which is the heart of the financial district. Originally conceived in about 1820, where it was known as Commercial Square. It was renamed in 1850 in honour of Raffles. And you don't have to look far, the buildings are particularly opulent, very tall, modern structures. So, as I wandered around this side of the harbour, a lot of the buildings that I looked at had the name of Fullerton on the side, like the Fullerton Bay Hotel that you see here. And that's probably because there's the Fullerton Hotel, the Fullerton Bay Hotel, the Fullerton Waterboat Hotel, One Fullerton, the Fullerton Pavilion, and they also apparently own the Customs House and Clifford Pier. So it's a major development that's been taking place around Marina Bay, known as the Fullerton Heritage. So on the day I turned up at Merlion Park, the Merlion was closed for renovation and there was a great big cage round it. I had to make do with a smaller Merlion off to one side, and that was getting a lot of attention, I can say. I spied these two from quite a way back, not quite sure what they were doing, but better them than me, I must say. So it's now time to get back to the hotel and meet up with Joanne, and I'm trying now to work out what route to take to achieve that. Go under the bridge and I end up in Esplanade Park. It's quite nice round here. I sort of know roughly which way I'm going to go, but it's going to be a sense of direction thing. Quite fortunate because there was quite a few things to see this way. There was the National Gallery of Singapore and the Singapore Cenotaph. For once I made it back to the hotel at the right time, 5 o'clock. And tonight we decided that we would eat in the Asian Market restaurant, which was, I'm not sure if it's actually owned by the hotel, but certainly they gave a discount to the hotel, and it also features the breakfast that the hotel use. It offers a halal food experience, specific in Asian cuisine. And from looking at some pictures online, it looked like quite a nice meal, so we decided we'd try it out. Buffet style restaurant and has a wide selection of seafoods, as you can see here, as well as many other dishes including meat, noodles, rice. Just take a look as we wander through the servery. We found it was a superb selection and it was all the type of food that we like, so the only trouble with a buffet is you feel absolutely stuffed at the end. I call it a lack of self-control. You got
everything. A bit of everything, I think.
let's see how you
Sorry?
is it nice? Halal Chinese.
Absolutely lovely.
And then over to the desserts, and we had quite a good variety, different colours, different types, and they all tasted really nice as well. Cakes were really gorgeous. Join us in our next vlog, which will be looking at the gardens by the bay. See you then.